Greetings citizens of Australia. We are anonymous. We have said it many times, you will become a police state. Your freedoms will be gone. And you would not even be able to leave your homes without permission, not even to go to work. And it is all thanks to the pandemic coronavirus or COVID-19. Make no mistake, coronavirus is very real. It is an engineered virus, which makes it a biological weapon. Here is a little interesting something from the 1980s. This virus was engineered in China's RDN laboratories in Wuhan City, also giving it the name Wuhan 400. It was given this name because it is the 400th viable strain of man-made microorganisms, created at that particular research center alone. People no longer have incomes. Over 1 million people nationwide have lost their jobs. The government's response to that was to waive the usual Centrelink waiting times to access the new job seeker payment. When this all started, the system was overloaded in less than an hour, rendering it unusable for the entire nation. This is from 2013. And here is something else. How interesting. Both logos aside from the color are identical. The game, Resident Evil, calls it the C-Virus. The world calls it the coronavirus. Interesting. One of the game's lead characters is named Chris Redfield. The real-world director for the Center for Disease Control, otherwise known as CDC, has the same surname. The game's storyline setting takes place in an American city called Raccoon City. Other nations spell Raccoon with only one C. If you spell Raccoon with only one C, you can make the anagram, Corona. And here we have Nostradamus predicting these events as well. And here, from 1981 we have this little gem. Isn't it amazing? Agenda 21 skeptics can deny this all they like. But it's happening, and happening now. We told you earlier that vaccinations will be forced upon you all. That is true. What else is true, is the vaccinations contain the virus itself. And remember, it's not okay to shake hands or give your best mate a high five. Yet the government says it's perfectly okay for you to sneeze into your elbow, and then touch elbows instead. So, what's next? Bill Gates at Microsoft wants to implant everybody with a forced digital ID. It's known as ID 2020. The Bible calls it the mark of the beast. The entire world has the illusion of freedom. The reality is we are all free-range humans living in a giant cage called debt, and are slaves to the group who control it, aka, the elite. Soon the people will start to rise up against the tyranny that's oppressing them. When that happens, we will see United Nations troops being called in to deal with everyone indiscriminately. Disobey, and you die. Don't make the mistake of thinking the Prime Minister letting people access their superannuation money earlier is support. It is the exact opposite. The government is actually forcing workers to raid their retirement funds early, to fill the void of government inaction now. One of the core jobs of the government is supposed to be to give security to its citizens in time of emergency. Not the other way around. Social distancing bans are actually legal now. They are, in reality, unlawful. Remember that laws can only be passed with referendum. They won't remove these laws and will use them as an excuse to silence anyone who disagrees with them or their agendas in the future. Just wait, watch and see. It's their track record to date. Now that the Australian government has forced people to self-isolate by use of fear tactics as well as unclear and confusing rules and threats of fines and imprisonment, it will be martial law for all, with no age limits. The time to rise up against these tyrants is now. And quickly. Do nothing, and you lose everything. We are anonymous. Your government is corrupt. Do not forgive them. Do not forget them. Make them expect you.